Arrowhead. Young and the Niners try to avoid getting grounded. While in Minnesota, the Pack trying to catch the Vikings off guard. A bad moon was rising to new heights in Foxborough. The Jets played the Giants. Someone had to win. Same situation in New Orleans as the Cards hope to snag a victory. Kelly's out, but Thermal remains in Buffalo. While in Motown, Sanders tries to tame the Bears. Hey, stay a little focused here and keep a handle on things because Week 4 of ESPN's NFL Primetime is getting in your face. Next. Hello once again, everybody. I'm Chris Berman, and welcome to Week 4 of NFL Primetime. And it was a week of which we haven't seen this early in the season for a long, long time. A week in which we would start to unravel the mystery. Maybe that is the National Football League. Along with me, as always, Tom Jackson and the Judge, Bill Pito. And just when you think you know things, you realize you know nothing. Let's get us caught up on the late scores first, shall we? The Detroit Lions doing what they usually do to the Chicago Bears in the Silver Dome, leading 6 minutes to go. Mitchell to Perryman has just given the Lions more breathing room. 35-16, the Bears have the football, but they're behind. 1:40 remaining at the Big Sombrero. Something's got to give. The Bucs, if it stays this way, would win for the first time this year and send Seattle to 0-4. But the Seahawks have the ball at the 30-yard line, trailing Tampa Bay 13-10. It's over. Todd Collins, Alex Van Pelt, enough to have the Bills beat the Dallas Cowboys 10-7 at Rich Stadium in a raucous scene. San Diego got a big 21-10 early lead, 21-0 early lead over the Raiders. They've just scored again. Willie Clark interception, touchdown San Diego. They're now coming on to try the kick. And now the Chargers all over the Raiders, 39-21. We shall keep you posted. Well, lost in this week of 3-0 versus 3-0, 2-0 versus 2-0, winless against winless is a normal game like Jacksonville at New England. A lot of reunions here, though. Bill Parcells and Tom Coughlin. Coughlin used to be an assistant for Parcells with the Giants. Drew Bledsoe and Mark Brunell played against each other in college at Washington State and Washington, respectively. You throw in a few Hail Marys, and this would be a reunion that these guys will not soon forget. It was a wild game at New England, though it started out very normally. Drew Bledsoe, the Van Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoats, touchdown. 5 yards, 14 of 19. Bledsoe throwing economically early. The Patriots with a big lead. But Adam Vinatieri, who had missed his 4 field goal attempts coming into this game, puts the excitement back in the extra point. And I'm going to tell you, even though it's 22-0, I think Bill Parcells has fired him, except that they have to play the rest of the game and he can't get another kicker. More on that later. End of the half, down 22-0. Mark Brunell, Tom.
Knock it down. Knock it down.
No, knock it down. It's off the feet into the hands of Jimmy Smith. Touchdown. The 22-0 lead is now 22-7 at the half. Early third quarter. Mark Brunell looking for Andre Rison. Tom, what should the Patriots do?
Knock it down.
What do they do?
Knock it down. Knock it down.
Yeah, but they don't knock it down. It's a touchdown. He steals the ball away from Jimmy Hitchcock. It would become a horror show for the Patriots. And now it's 22-14. Still third quarter. Brunell back to pass. It's complete to Andre. I see a bad moon rising. What should they do?
They should knock him down.
Well, they can't knock him down. 61 yards, touchdown. Jags get a 2-point conversion to trail it 25-22. This one was in the bag. It's out 25 all. Bledsoe out of the hands of Curtis, my favorite Martin. Picked off by Dave Thomas, one of the McKenzie brothers. He could go all the way. He does, but flag on the play. Good call, Tom. What was it?
Yeah, good call here. Chris Hudson with the illegal block on Max Lane below the waist on the exchange of possession right there. Bring the ball back.
So a good call, a tough call, much to the chagrin of Tom Coughlin. 3 seconds to go, 25-25. Brunell has to throw it 60 yards in the air. Don't tell me another Hail Mary. Tom, what should they do?
Knock it down.
Willie Jackson catches it, but he's on the 1 line. It's a completion, but the gun went off. We go to overtime. Coughlin could not coax the touchdown. Patriots win the toss. Bledsoe to Terry Glenn, maybe the best pass he threw all day, 32 yards, and the rookie is into the 20-yard line. A couple plays later, for the winner, Bledsoe to Glenn. It's the winning. No, it's not. Tom, they rule the foot out. Good call?
Yeah, good call. Foot on the line.
So the refs made 2 tough but very good calls, and that means Adam Vinatieri. We kick 4 field goals, but Kevin Hardy says, hey, we're going to call a timeout. We're going to get in your face. Parcells had to fire him in the first half, I'm telling you. But the kick is up. It's good. Good. 5 field goals for Vinatieri. He's now Parcells' favorite kicker of all time. Watch. Is it in? Is it in? Yeah, we're going this way with a 2-2 record. So the Jaguars were game. Brunell threw for 432 yards. But the Patriots, who blew a 22-0 lead, win it by the count of 28-25. They have a bye week coming up, so they've dodged what could have been a bullet and have saved their season, really, getting back to 2-2. And certainly the kicker, Vinatieri, is vindicated. And Drew Bledsoe, as the Patriots win, seems to be vindicated as well, Tom.
And I think we need to credit Bill Parcells with giving him a game plan that's workable for Drew Bledsoe. The longest pass that he threw, we saw today in that highlight package, to Terry Glenn for 32 yards. But he did the short passes across the middle, the dump passes to the outside, things that will give confidence to Drew Bledsoe. Credit the Jaguars for a good comeback attempt, but without the Hail Marys, there is no comeback attempt, and I think the thing we know is this. Bill Parcells at some point says, knock the ball down at the end of the half. Don't try to pad your stats. Don't try to intercept the ball.
I think Jacksonville takes the lead over Colorado with most Hail Marys complete. I mean, it's unbelievable. You figure 22-0. Why waste one?
That's right.
They almost won the game. When we return, a lot of action. We can't wait to show you here in Week 4 of NFL. Gus Frerotte. He would see the light. Unfortunately, it was Todd of the Rams. Giants-Jets. What can you say about this one? We'll try.
Hey, early again, huh, Frank?
With under 3 minutes to go, that score stayed the same, 35-16. What you need to know is Seattle has scored. A touchdown pass from Rick Meyer, yes, not Freeze, but Rick Meyer to Lamar Smith. 31 seconds to go, 14 yards, and Seattle leads that 17-13. The Bucs have the ball with 8 seconds to go, and we shall keep you posted. And the extra point was good in the Charger game, and they lead the Raiders 40-20 when that interception by Willie Clark was 83 yards. An odd, but I don't know if it's telling stat, but a weird stat. The Washington Redskins, who don't play in a division with a team with a dome stadium, have won 15 of their last 18 under a dome. That includes a Super Bowl at the Homer Dome, Super Bowl 26. That includes a win at, Teapot Dome. Well, today, the Redskins were in the TWA Dome against the St. Louis Rams. First quarter, Gus Frerotte, 3rd and goal from the 2, rolls out and fires one to Scott Galbraith, makes a good catch, a 51-yard drive, 7-0 skid.
Yeah, sometimes your receivers have to make a play. Here you see Galbraith getting out into the flat. Ball a little bit high, but he makes a nice soft touch on it with the left hand and pulls it in.
Looked like it was going to Asher, number 84 behind him, but it wasn't. Then Steve Walsh was booed unmercifully, dropped behind the line for a loss, Tom.
Yeah, sometimes being with a team, and a former Ram here, Sean Gilbert, lets him anticipate the snap count, get into the backfield before Walsh can hand the ball off.
First minute, second quarter, Walsh, one of his 3 interceptions into the hands of former Buffalo Bill Marcus Patton. He's all alone. What happened?
Yeah, more penetration from Ken Harvey, coming from the right side here, beats the tackle, and does a nice job of getting a hand on the ball, and that caused the INT.
So shutout in the first half, and then early in the third quarter, still 10-0. Oh, what a lick by Darryl Pounds, who pounds Isaac Bruce and forced the Rams to settle for a field goal at 10-3. But Rams playing, well, they're trying to chase Terry Allen. They couldn't do it. A 9-yard touchdown run, and the Skins lead it 17-3. It's had at least touchdown for 9 straight games. Allen on the day, 78 yards. Did not get the 100, but still has been impressive this season. Walsh over the middle of Isaac Bruce. It's a 17-yard game. Same drive, fourth quarter. Walsh to Isaac Bruce. Bear Everett over the middle. Nice inside the 30-yard line. 11 catches for 136 yards. That sets up second and goal. Look at Jermaine Ross. Looked like Dick Fosbury with the Fosbury flop. Touchdown, cuts it to 17-10. Under 3 minutes to go. The Rams threatening again. Walsh looking. Oh, no. And Tom Carter picks it off and then ices the game. What was that?
Well, we take a look here.
Yeah, I mean, just a throw that Walsh probably didn't want to make.
That got away.
3 interceptions. And hey, you know what? The Redskins, after an opening day loss, have very quietly put together a 3-1 record. And if the Eagles lose on the Nitro game, they'll be all alone at first. In the NFC East, they win it by the count of 17-10. They've won 3 straight for the first time since 1992. That, by the way, was the last winning season that they had when we returned. Oh, man. There are the undefeateds against the undefeateds, and then there are these. Cards Saints. But LaShawn Johnson making a name for himself. And Giants-Jets. Seeing is believing. You won't believe it. And those of you that watch the winless Seahawks battle the winless Bucs, it's over. The Seahawks have won at 17-13. Welcome the judge, Bill Pito. And speaking of winless against winless, well, something had to. Cardinals, Saints, is this a religious game or what?
Yeah, well, they've got to do something to get things turned around. The Saints' last winning season was 1992. The Cards haven't had a winning season since 1984. That was in St. Louis. Arizona coach Vince Tobin shuffles his cards for this one, starting Kent Graham at QB in place of Boomer Esiason. During the week, Esiason asked Graham to go out to dinner and made Graham pick up the check. Just Graham's 5th career start in 5 years. And Graham and the Cards up 3-zip after one. Second quarter, Saints second and goal on the 10. Ray Zellers with the ball. Bernard Wilson gets an arm on it. Simeon Rice, the #1 draft pick, recovers. Zellers was starting in place of Mario Bates in the Saints' backfield. Saints first play next possession. Jim Everett goes deep, intended for Michael Haynes, and Ronnie Brantford comes up with the INT. Then, Cards up 6-zip. Ernest Dixon with the pressure. Jeff Feagles, dicey. He dropped it. Brian Jones picks it up. Brian Jones has got a touchdown. 7-6 Saints, Tommy.
Yeah, and it actually looks like this kick is blocked by Dixon. It's not. Feagles realized that it was going to be blocked. He dropped the ball underneath. Dixon goes over. Just a ball laying on the ground, and Jones picks it up and takes it in.
Graham then turns it around in the second half as the Saints get the touchdown off the special teams. Graham able to turn things around in the second half. He goes over the middle here to Rob Moore at midfield. In the game, Moore caught 4 passes. Then on the 3rd and 17, it's Graham. Watch Moore. Great catch for the touchdown. 12-7 Cards. Then they go for 2. Graham rolling. It's deflected. Moore says, thank you very much. 14-7 Cards, and Boomer says, you know what, Kent, next time I'll pay for dinner. You see the numbers for Graham in the ball game. Still 14-7 Cards early in the 4th. Introducing LaShawn Johnson, the 3rd-year man from Northern Illinois. 56 yards, his first career touchdown. Welcome to the National Football League. 21-7 Cards. Next Cardinals possession. It's Johnson again. This time, LaShawn goes 70 yards. He picked up 214 yards rushing in the game. The Cards as a team, 267 yards rushing. They averaged just 52 yards in their first 3 games. That was the worst in the league. Vince Tobin, his first win as an NFL head coach, as the Cards win it 28-14. So Johnson, 21 carries for 214 yards. That's a new Cardinals franchise record. Johnson had just 97 career yards coming into the game. Cards now 1-3. The Saints 0-4. And Chris, just over 34,000 at home to watch the Saints. Their smallest home crowd since 1980.
Amazing. And they got to the 0-5 start last year. Some things never change. Well, Bill, shall we move on to New York from the ridiculous to the sublime? 0-3 Giants against the 0-3 Jets. Well, we've seen everything in the New York papers this week. It's a good thing the Yankees were in a pennant race, kind of dulled this game a little bit. You couldn't call it the toilet bowl, could you? Because unless you moved it to Shea Stadium in Flushing, New York. However, you could call it the Gasser in Gotham. And it was a Derek and the Dominoes day. Let it rain. And that was fitting for the Giants and the Jets. First quarter, Rodney Hampton, he couldn't hang on to the ball in the slop, although Rodney had a pretty good game running the ball. He would fumble again. Late second quarter, Dave Brown had it. Chris Callaway, there's a rare touchdown. There they go, 7-3, the G-Men. But from then on, just watch. Neil O'Donnell to Webster Slaughter. Incomplete. O'Donnell to Keyshawn. 2 plays later, O'Donnell. But it's picked up by Armstead, but he fumbles. He's tripped by Wankerbeck. He fumbles. Richie Anderson recovers. Amani Toomer. It bounces off Charles Way. Jumbo says, you know, I kind of seen this from both sides. 7-3 Giants at the half. O'Donnell. Pump fake. No. So we bring in, O'Donnell doesn't work. It's time to summon Joe Namath. A pass to Sauer. A pass to Maynard. A pass to Snell. A pass to Boozer. He passed to George Knock. But it didn't work. Meanwhile, Dave Brown, whoop, 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 whoop. Meanwhile, Dave Brown, whoop. Meanwhile, Mike Horan, punt. Quebec drops it. Douglas recovers for the Giants. It's a field goal. To the 4th quarter. The hard rain was going to fall on the Jets' head. Raindrops kept falling on their helmet. Now look at this. A perfect punt. It's down to the 1-yard line. Just let it go. I hope Alex Van Dyke takes it in the end zone. Why? Howard Johnson. Oh, man. Richie Kotite, what a day. Dan Reeves, what a day. Neil O'Donnell trying to summon the biggest drive in Jet history. No. What could they see? What could they